Hey y'all, welcome to the country where it's just another day in paradise. Let's see what's going on. Hey y'all, well I'm here in the kitchen this evening. I'm getting supper ready. Steven's out mowing the grass and I thought I'd share with y'all this cornbread recipe I'm going to make. I have not made this in years. I usually just make my regular old cornbread, buttermilk cornbread on top of the stove in a skillet. But this one's sweet and has some extra things in it. What I have is my oven is set to 425 degrees and it's heating. I have a 12-inch cast iron skillet with 1 tablespoon of oil in it. I kind of spread that oil around. I used olive oil. You can use vegetable oil or whatever, whatever you want to use. And it's in the oven getting hot. And this is, a lot of y'all probably know this recipe or have a version of this recipe. But you're going to need 2 boxes of Jiffy cornbread mix. And I usually don't use this, but Stephen was wanting a sweet cornbread. I got this recipe from a friend of his years and years ago before we got married. So you'll need those 2 boxes of Jiffy cornbread mix. You'll need 1 can of cream corn. You're going to need 1 cup of buttermilk. Now, if you don't have buttermilk, take a cup of milk, add a tablespoon of vinegar or lemon juice, stir it up and let it set about 15 minutes. But 1 cup buttermilk, and I got my 2 eggs broken here in the bowl. I've got 1 stick of butter, which is half a cup of butter. It's melting on the stove, and we're going to put this together and get it in the oven. I'm fixing some zipper cream peas. It's I picked yesterday, and Stephen shelled them last night. And I had some pork belly I bought. I'm going to make this Chinese braised pork belly recipe. Probably going to make it next week. I've got to get to the Asian market to get a few things that I don't have. So I cut a few little slices of that pork belly and fried it in my pot before I added the peas, and they're in there cooking with that. And that's just going to add that little bit of flavor. This cornbread's going to be a side dish. And then I'm going to fry, or it's really just a little pan sear, some codfish. So that's what we're going to have for dinner tonight, and we're going to make this cornbread. So I've got my 2 boxes of Jiffy cornbread mix in my bowl, and I'm going to add my cream corn. I'll just get everything out with my spatula here. All right, got my cream corn added. I'm going to add my eggs. Pour in my buttermilk. Scrape that out with the scraper because that wants to cling to my measuring cup. And let's see if my butter's melted. It is pretty much melted. Now, I'm not going to pour this in just yet because I want to mix this up a little bit so that it doesn't cook my eggs. So I'm gonna mix this up, and I put it in a smaller bowl, and I looked at it, I'm like, I'm gonna need my big Cinderella bowl, this big Pyrex bowl. If you ever find these in a antique store, I found one at the Goodwill that's pink. This one is the farmer, the rooster, and the farmer and his wife. I love the turquoise. I have a lot of those. You know, they're just great, and they have stood the test of time. So now I've got this mixed up pretty good, and I'm going to add my butter just a little bit, and I'm whisking as I'm adding it so that I'm getting it all mixed in. You could probably put that stick of butter in that cast iron pan in the oven and melt it in there, but I'm following the recipe, and it said to use a 12-inch cast iron skillet, and I got my 10-inch, and I thought about it, and I thought, nope, I better follow the recipe. All right, I'm gonna get my skillet out. Let me get something hot. And I'm gonna pull that skillet out, and we're gonna add this cornbread to that skillet. And it says to bake it, 20 to 25 minutes. You'll see it start to pull away from the sides. If you stick a toothpick in the center, it should come out clean. Or touch the center. If it springs back, it's done. If you come off with some of the mix on your finger, it's not done. So let me get the skillet out. Ooh, it's hot. See, this is a big old skillet. This is going to make a lot of cornbread. Oh, works. I just put a new battery in it, so it was really loud. All right, so let me put this. Careful pouring it in that you don't spatter it on yourself. So it's not making that much of a sizzle. All right, let me get all that out of there, and I'll show it to you. All right, there's my, so here it is right here, and we're going to put it in the oven, 425. Okay, have it out of the oven. I'll show you what it looks like. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And I want to show you when I touch it, it springs back. When you put a toothpick in there, and it comes out clean. So it is done. It took about 25 minutes. So it says to eat it while it's warm. I'm going to let it sit here. It's going to stay warm a long time in this cast iron skillet. I'll cover it with a little tea towel, and it's going to be good. So I hope that you'll have a great evening. Tomorrow's Friday. It's supposed to be getting some rain. We need it. It's going to be this tropical stuff coming in, but I'm thankful for the rain, as long as we don't have a hurricane. So y'all stay safe. Bye, y'all. I thought we'd take a look at this cornbread, what it looks like on the inside. So I'm going to cut me just a little bit here. It pulled away from the side. You can see right there how it pulled away from the side of the pan like it's supposed to. And we're just going to I'm just going to cut a little bit. Just a little bit. All right. Ooh, it's hot, steamy. That looks good. The taste of it. That was so good. I wish y'all could taste some. I got plenty. Probably all my subscribers could have some. But I'll probably put some in the freezer for later. So, bye y'all.